Welcome back, people. It's the first Tuesday of 2021, and it's the beginning of something that I think is going to be a fantastic year for you all. Full of challenges, I'm sure, but you're going to be okay. I want to talk about what we were focusing on yesterday. We were looking at defining this one thing. The one thing that if you do it, it makes a whole bunch of other things easier or even unnecessary to do. Now, the one thing we've taken into the story of Mary and Martha, Nuke chapter 10. Please go and read it again. A great story. Two women with great intentions doing two different things, one finding a better thing than the other. Now, when Jesus came into their home, Martha was excited. She ran to the kitchen. She thought, Lord, I've got to provide for you. I've got to know your disciples are around the corner. Somebody's got to cook. Somebody's got to clean. And she did that. And that's an honorable thing to do. And yet there was Mary just sitting, listening to Jesus, listening as he spoke, just in a sense worshiping the King of Kings who had visited them in their home. And Jesus said to Martha in her perplexity, you've become distracted, and there is one thing that is necessary for you. One thing. I thought about it. Is it that simple? Well, apparently, according to Jesus, it is. There's only one thing that is necessary. And Jesus helps Martha to define this one thing. So let's have a look at Martha first as we enter into the beauty of the story. Now, she was doing the nice things. There's no doubt about that. She was being kind. She was being nice. She was preparing meals. Can you be distracted by nice things? Because Jesus tells her, Martha, why are you so perplexed? Why are you so distracted? You see, here's a lesson. Nice things can distract. And there's so many nice things. I mean, I love church, man, but I've got to tell you, the music can be distracting. The quality of the preaching can be distracting. The things that are going on around you, as nice as they may be, can be distracting from the real thing. And when those things distract us, as nice as they become, they can lead us into a different place that we don't want to be, as nice as they are. But Jesus is defining the one thing that is necessary. Now, I know a lot of people who work in churches and who volunteer in churches. And sadly, my observation is that many of them have become distracted by doing nice things. And we applaud them. We say, well done. And indeed we do. It's nice that they do those things, but it's nice. But for them personally, nice is distracting because it's not necessary. Now, they chase after, and many people who do pride themselves that they're so exhausted. Oh, I've done so much work. I'm just so committed and I've done all these things. And I think that's a lovely thing. But man, it can get you into a lot of trouble because so many Christians today are kind of running on empty. And they're really quite proud of the fact that they're running on empty. It's not meant to be like that. Jesus came, we said yesterday, to give us Zoe life. And so the nice as it is, can be very distracting. Now, the one thing that is necessary, how necessary is this one thing? Well, Jesus says it's very necessary, and I liken it to this today. You know, I like cake. You can see I like cake. And I like vanilla cake. Vanilla cake is really cool. But you know what I like the best on a vanilla cake is the icing. I like the icing. I like the sweet stuff. I love the framing. And I love the cream that you can put on the top of that boy and then put peaches and I'm into that stuff. But those are all nice things. And I like the nice things. But in a cake, there is one thing that is necessary. You know what it is? It's baking powder. Can't taste the baking powder. Doesn't look like a nice thing, the baking powder. But amongst all those nice things, there is one thing that is necessary, and it's baking powder. You see, apparently it's such a small little thing. But man, is it necessary. If you don't put that baking powder in the cake, you got a pancake, and I don't want to do pancakes. I want to have a vanilla cake. And baking powder is the necessary ingredient. People, it's a simple analogy. In life, you got to get this thing right. Worship is a key ingredient to life. And Mary found that ingredient. And I know there is work to be done, and I'm not saying there isn't, and somebody's got to do the work. But if you do it without worship, you miss the ingredient. You're doing all the nice things, But are they all necessary? Because Jesus says that there's only one thing. Let me tell you what this worship may look like in a practical way. You know, Jesus calls us to worship together on a Sunday. He says you need to take one day a week. It is necessary for your well-being. It is necessary for your Zoe life. And it's one day that you need to take off every week in order to worship me. Now remember that a Sunday without worship is just a day off. Worship is the key ingredient of a Sabbath day. There are Sabbath moments that you can take during the course of your day. That when you're driving your car, between interviews, between clients, between what you're doing, just take a Sabbath moment. It's a necessary thing for you to focus on God and just to acknowledge Him for who He is and to worship Him and maybe to pray or sing a song, I don't know. But to practice the presence of God every day in your life is a necessary thing for you to experience the Zoe life. You're saying, is it really that simple? I think it is, people. I think it is. To practice the presence of God. Your daily devotions are necessary. Now I want to tell you, these little devotionals that we do for 5 or 8 minutes here in the morning is not enough. You can't live your Christian experience off a few things that I have to suggest to you in the morning. And there's great stuff out there, but you can't live off that. You have to find the Word of God. It is necessary that you read it yourself. It is necessary that you open this magnificent book and read it and say, God, speak to me. People, that is necessary. The other stuff might be nice, but that is really necessary. So I hope that you will take time and that you'll find time. You'll make time to do that which is necessary, and it will become even nicer as you do that which is necessary. I hope you find this simple truth today. One thing is necessary. I really hope you find it.